Hey, TikTok tubies and Instagram peeps, it's Psychic Bob. Well, welcome back to another episode for Astrology Week here at Spirit Channel. So many of you have been writing and saying how much you really enjoy my daily astrology videos this week. And so I'm here again today to bring another video to you. You know, I keep getting letters from people asking me astrology questions. And one of the letters that keeps coming up is people will write and say, Psychic Bob, I hear that my sign is on the cusp of another sign. What does it mean to be on the cusp? Well, let me explain it to you. So here's our zodiac wheel back here. And we've got 12 signs. The 12 signs go around the wheel. And each month, the sun moves through one of the signs here, okay? So, for example, Pisces. Pisces runs February 19th through March 20th, okay? And then on March 21st, Aries begins. So during the month or the time period of February 19th through March 20th, the sun is moving around the wheel. And you'll see these lines here. These are the dividing lines of the signs. So when the sun gets down here to this line, we're at literally the 20th of March in Pisces. Now, on March 21st, the sun moves over the line and it's in the sign of Aries. But the reality is that each year, the signs will shift by maybe a day or two. So, for example, this year, okay, Pisces is listed as ending on March 20th. All right. But next year, at the same time, the way the angles work of the sun and the alignments, it might actually be delayed until March 21st. So it might still be in Pisces on March 21st, whereas this year it's on the 20th. And so you really have to know and look at an ephemeris. An ephemeris is a book that gives year by year the shifting of the dates and the signs to know what you are. So, for example, my mother, all her life, claimed to be a Sagittarius. Now, most zodiac charts list the date of Sagittarius from November 22nd through December 21st. Now, I'll tell you, growing up, I never felt my mom was a Sagittarius. She seemed more like a Scorpio to me. And I'd say, are you a Scorpio or Sagittarius? Oh, no. She'd say, I'm Sagittarius. Well, when I started studying astrology, I had to figure this out. So when I put together her chart, lo and behold, I found out that the year she was born, it was in 1934, the Sagittarius, the sign for Sagittarius did not start until November 23rd. So actually, on the year my mother was born, she is technically a Scorpio. Now, of course, I tried to bring this up to my mother and say, you know, Mom, you're actually a Scorpio by the actual astrology alignments. Well, she didn't like that. I am a Sagittarius. She was very invested and identified as a Sagittarius. And every year we bought her, you know, astrology jewelry with Sagittarius symbols and the golden topaz, which is one of the stones of Sagittarius. So she loved being Sag. That's what she felt. Personally, I think she was a Scorpio. That's my personal belief. And according to the astrology, she was actually a Scorpio, not a Sagittarius. But she wanted to be Sagittarius. And the truth is, she was on the cusp. And so, like these signs here, when you get to that line, the degree that line can shift by a day or two each year. So to really, if you're right on the cusp of the sign shift, you really need to look at an ephemeris to find out exactly which sign you are. That's how you'll know. Now, also I like to say is that when you're a cusp baby, that's what we call them, cusp babies, you may exhibit elements of both signs. So my mom did have a little Sag in her. I think she was more Scorpio, but she identifies Sag. So she was Scorpio and Sagittarius, I guess you could say. As she studied her horoscope, she believed she was Sagittarius, and that's how we left it. So you can't argue with somebody. If they feel that, they feel that. But technically, she was a Scorpio. And so we want to understand that, you know, when you're not sure, if you can't get an ephemeris, or even if you disagree with the ephemeris, you know, this comes down to how do you feel? You know, my mother felt she was a Sag. I don't think she knew much about astrology, though, to be honest with you. She really was not educated in that. I tried to teach her stuff and she just went over her head. But love my mom, but I got to say that's just the truth of the matter. So you will get to decide yourself if you're on that line and you're not sure. Ask yourself, read both horoscopes because over time you'll start to see which horoscope seems to fit with you more. And you'll get to know. And you can literally, this is one of those times where you can name it and claim it. Okay. So even if, even if the ephemera says different, if it's one day, don't make a big crisis about it. My mother technically was a Scorpio. She didn't want to hear none of that. So we let her claim Sagittarius. She was happy. She read her newspaper horoscope Sagittarius. She felt it applied to her. Hey, and that's really all that matters. So that's what it means being on the cusp. It's right when the sun is about to cross into another sign. And again, depending on the year, that will vary by a day or two some years. So it's not always 100% accurate to say, oh, Pisces ends on March 20th. Some years Pisces will end on March 21st. Okay? So be open to that exchange of dates and times. Anyways, I just wanted to come here today to share that with you. Um, I hope that gives you some insights. I hope that you enjoy that. And I'd love to hear from you. Are you a cusp baby? Tell me in the box below. And if you are, which sign do you identify with? And do you feel like the one that you've been told is you, or do you feel like you're another one? Love to hear from you. Anyways, keep it here at Spirit Channel. We got more coming tomorrow. We'll have another astrology video. You don't want to miss it. You guys are the best. Listen, Psychic Bob loves you. You guys rock. And I will be back here tomorrow. And may all of you always blessed be. Oh, don't forget, you can register for this Saturday's psychic development class. I still have openings for that. So we'd love to see you there. Hope you'll join us. Thank you, guys. Register over my website at PsychicBob.com. That link's in the info box below. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Blessed be.